In a small town nestled deep in the heart of America, a series of misunderstandings are about to unravel within the walls of their cherished church. This is where we meet Sarah, a bright, inquisitive teenager whose curiosity is as vast as the sky itself. Today she stands in her Sunday school classroom, her brows furrowed, her expression serious. Her eyes meet those of Mr. Anderson, her Sunday school teacher, a man known for his wisdom and his patience. She poses a question that has been bothering her for quite some time. "Mr. Anderson," she says, "my friends at school say that the Bible promotes violence and intolerance. Is that true?" Mr. Anderson, ever the patient mentor, looks at her and replies, "Sarah, it's important to remember that the Bible contains various stories and teachings, but it's open to interpretation. Let's explore some of those stories and their misconceptions." As Sarah reads the Bible, she discovers the story of David and Goliath. She realizes that it's a tale of bravery and faith, not violence. Sarah's exploration takes her deeper into the ancient text. She uncovers the richness of the stories, the complexity of the characters, and the depth of the moral teachings. She finds a world filled with wisdom, not the intolerance her friends had suggested. Each page she turns, each verse she reads, she sees the Bible not as a book that promotes violence, but one that seeks to guide towards peace and understanding. The stories are not mere tales of conquest and war, but narratives of struggle, redemption, and the triumph of good over evil. Sarah delves into the tale of David and Goliath. She sees a shepherd boy who, armed with nothing but a stone and his unwavering faith, stands against a giant. It's not a story of senseless violence, but a testament to the power of belief and the courage to stand up against overwhelming odds. As she continues her journey, she comes across the parable of the Good Samaritan, a story that teaches love for all, irrespective of race, religion, or social standing. It's a tale of kindness and compassion, not of division or hatred. Sarah's exploration leads her to the Sermon on the Mount, where she finds teachings of love, forgiveness, and humility. It's a message of peace, not of intolerance. Her understanding grows, her perspective shifts. The more she explores, the more she realizes that the Bible is a book of profound wisdom, a guide to living a life of love, compassion, and understanding. This journey of exploration, of delving into the meanings and context of the Bible stories, has been an enlightening one for Sarah. She now sees the Bible not as a book of intolerance and violence, but as a guide to a life of love, compassion, and understanding. Did you know that the Bible has stories about love, forgiveness, and kindness too? It's not just about violence. Sarah discusses her findings with her family and friends during a church social event. At the heart of a bustling church social event, Sarah, our inquisitive teenager, steps into the spotlight. Her voice, laced with excitement, rises above the hum of conversation. She's not just sharing a story, she's spreading a newfound understanding, a revelation that could change the way her friends and family perceive the Bible. "Guys," she starts, "you know that I've been digging into the Bible, right? It's not what we thought. It's not just about violence or intolerance. There's so much more." Her words hang in the air, a challenge to the preconceived notions held by those around her. The room falls silent as everyone turns to listen. She continues, "I found stories about love, about forgiveness, and about kindness. Stories that teach us to be better people, to reach out with compassion, to understand and accept others even when they're different from us." Her words spark a ripple of surprise. Eyes widen, eyebrows rise. The crowd is intrigued, their curiosity piqued. They had come to the event expecting the usual chatter, but here was Sarah, challenging their misconceptions, urging them to look deeper. "I mean, take the story of David and Goliath," Sarah continues. "It's not about violence, it's a tale of bravery, of faith. It's about standing up against the odds and believing in something greater than ourselves." Her words echo in the silent room. You can practically see the gears turning in their minds, their fixed views beginning to shift. Sarah has thrown them a lifeline, a chance to rediscover the Bible, to view it not as a book of discord, but as a guide to love and understanding. As the words sink in, one of her friends finally breaks the silence. "I didn't realize that. Maybe I should give it a chance." It's a small step, but a significant one. The seed of change has been planted. Misconceptions are starting to crumble, replaced by a willingness to learn, to understand. And it all started with Sarah, a teenager with an open mind and a desire to spread the word. The following Sunday, Sarah addresses the congregation during the service. Her voice rings out clear and resolute, echoing through the hushed hall of worship. Ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, she begins, I come before you today not to lecture but to share a journey of discovery, understanding, and enlightenment. She pauses, letting her words settle. We've all heard those voices, she continues. Voices from outside our community, voices that misconstrue our faith, voices that claim our Bible promotes violence and intolerance. Well, I've embarked on a journey to challenge those voices. With an earnest expression, she delves into her findings. You see, I've spent my days and nights poring over the pages of our holy book. I've dipped into the tales of ancient times and pored over the teachings of our prophets. And you know what I found? Not violence, not intolerance, but love, compassion, faith. Sarah's voice gains strength as she goes on. Consider the story of David and Goliath. It's not a tale of violence, but a testament to bravery, faith, and the strength of the human spirit. It's about a shepherd boy who, armed with nothing but his faith, defeated a giant. It's about overcoming insurmountable odds, not through violence, but through belief and courage. Drawn in by her passion, the congregation listens, rapt. The Bible, Sarah asserts, is a book of love and compassion. It teaches us to care for one another, to forgive, to show kindness. It urges us to be the best version of ourselves, to help our neighbors, to stand up for what's right. As she nears the end of her address, Sarah's voice softens. So let's not let misconceptions divide us. Let's not allow those voices, the ones that misunderstand our faith, to create a chasm in our community. She concludes, her voice echoing through the silent hall. Let's not let misconceptions divide us. The Bible teaches us about love, compassion, and the importance of helping others. The episode concludes with members of the church engaging in open and respectful discussions about their faith and the Bible's true teachings. In the heart of this small town, a transformation is taking place. The seeds of understanding sown by Sarah's bravery and curiosity have begun to sprout. There's a new energy within the church walls, a newfound willingness to question, to listen, and to understand. The congregation, once divided by misconceptions, now finds unity in their shared quest for truth. Each person, young and old, is a part of this journey. The Sunday school teacher, Mr. Anderson, finds himself in the midst of eager learners, not just Sarah, but adults too, thirsty for knowledge and clarity. There's an open exchange of ideas, a respectful debate that's more about learning than winning. The air is filled with questions, not of doubt, but of curiosity. People are no longer afraid to voice their thoughts, to challenge the status quo. The Bible, once a source of division, now serves as a bridge, connecting diverse perspectives. Stories of love, forgiveness, and kindness are shared. The narrative of violence and intolerance fades away, replaced by an understanding of the Bible's true teachings. Sarah's family beams with pride, watching her engage with others, spreading knowledge and fostering understanding. Her friends, once skeptical, are now engrossed in the stories she shares. They too are beginning to see the Bible in a new light. The church social hall, once a place for mere socializing, has transformed into a hub for intellectual and spiritual growth. Discussions about faith are no longer reserved for the pulpit. They have found their way into everyday conversations, breaking down barriers and fostering a sense of community. At the end of the day, the congregation leaves the church, their hearts and minds filled with a new understanding. They carry with them a renewed sense of purpose, ready to share their learnings with the world outside the church walls. This is the power of dialogue, of understanding. It's the power of a community united, a community willing to challenge misconceptions and seek the truth. It's the power of a single voice like Sarah's to inspire change and bring people together. The small-town church is no longer just a place of worship. It's a beacon of knowledge, a symbol of unity, and a testament to the power of understanding and overcoming misconceptions. This transformation is a testament to the power of dialogue, the power of understanding, the power of a community united. Misconceptions can create divisions, but understanding and dialogue can bring people together.